Hi everyone, it's Graham again and welcome back to my channel. So today I am here with July's My Chronicle book box, and as always I have the crime and mystery box. So without much further ado, let's get in. So as always, I have not peeked. The paper is still intact, although I have spoiled myself for the book with the spoiler card that was in the previous month in June. Yes. Don't know when we are, don't know who I am, but anyway, let's go. So without much further ado, I'm just going to rip into this and let's get going. So obviously the first thing that I come to is the spoiler card and the an interview with the author. And this is like a little pamphlet. Oh my word, okay. So we'll get to that later. Oh, it's hot, it's very hot. And I had these a few months ago in a previous box and I didn't use them. But yeah, now there's a couple more, so I think I might actually use these. It's a reading tracker, so I'm excited for those. And we've got more of these paper worms and a rather deflated looking thing. But yeah, well, we don't have to worry about popping that because it's deflated. So the paper worms are all here. Then I've got a lovely bookmark. That's what it's called, Graham, a bookmark. The heat is really getting to me today, oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, it's a lovely bookmark and it says, enjoy the little things. And then that side is like a sort of gorgeous kind of mustard yellow colour. And then on the other side, it's the same phrase in a really nice sort of aqua blue colour, which is really cute. So yeah, I love the bookmarks that you get from My Chronicle book box. They're always very cute. So we have a little envelope this month, and it's a sort of gold one. I hope that picks up. That's kind of like a almost metallic gold paper. But yeah, let's get in. Okay, so what's this? Oh, it's like a metal bookmark with a little elephant on it and two blue beads. I hope that's picking up. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've never used a metal bookmark before, but yeah, now I have the opportunity to give it a try. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'm going to pop this aside and then we shall get into the book, which this month is in a really gorgeous blue cotton bag. And here we go. Okay, so it's called The Dying Day by Vasim Khan, and the tagline is A Trail of Riddles. This looks really cool. I don't know much about it. I knew what the book was called, obviously, because I'd spoiled myself, but I don't know what it's about. So I am learning with you today. So we have, obviously, it's first edition, signed by the author, as always with My Chronicle book box. And here we go. Pop this aside because it's rustly and noisy. Bombay, 1950. For over a century, one of the world's great treasures, a 600-year-old copy of Dante's The Divine Comedy, has been safely housed at Bombay's Asiatic Society. But when it vanishes, together with the man charged with its care, British scholar and war hero John Healy, the case lands on Inspector Persis Wadia's desk. Uncovering a series of complex riddles written in verse, Persis, together with English forensic scientist Archie Blackfinch, is soon on the trail, but then they discover the first body. As the death toll mounts, it becomes evident that someone else is also pursuing this priceless artifact and will stop at nothing to possess it. Harking back to an era of darkness, this second thriller in the Malabar House series pits Persis once again against her peers, a changing India and an evil of limitless intent. That sounds incredible. The fact that it's the second in a series, I may have to hunt down the first book in the series because I am a completist, but I do look forward to getting to this when the time comes. But let's get to the spoiler cards and the interview or letter from the author. So, welcome to the July 2021 monthly My Chronicle book box. There are spoilers ahead. It is up to you if you read this before you unpack. I am delighted to be sharing with you a signed first edition of The Dying Day by Wasim Khan. I'm sure you will enjoy joining India's first female inspector as she solves codes and ciphers to track down a missing manuscript. This is a historical crime novel set in 1950s post-partition India, and the light and dark experienced in the time period is brilliantly weaved into the story. Wasim has written us a lovely letter telling us more about the inspiration for this novel. India is famed for its elephants, and Wasim is a big fan of them too. Indeed, one features prominently in his Baby Ganesh agency series. I'm over the moon to be bringing you, the cute elephant charm bookmark handcrafted just for us to go with this wonderful book. And it's gorgeous, it's really pretty. I've had a few requests for more reading trackers recently, so that's these guys here. Where am I recently? So I have included the lovely watercolour bookshelves. Just add the names of books you read to the spines on the shelves. I hope you enjoy this reading gift box, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts and seeing your photos. Be sure to tag us at #MyChronicleBookbox, at MyChronicleBB on Twitter, at MyChronicleBookbox Instagram and Facebook, so I can find them. Happy reading and all best wishes, Louise. And then the next bit is the spoiler for next month's. I am spoiled, but I will not spoil you quite yet. Let's get on to the letter from Wasim Khan. An exclusive letter, and it's a long one, so yes, let's go. Dear reader, as someone who reads at least two books a week, one of the most exciting things in life for me is book post. And so the thought of you receiving your subscription box to find a signed copy of The Dying Day inside fills me with delight. This is the second novel in my historical crime series set in 1950s Bombay, following on from the internationally best-selling Midnight at Malabar House, a book that, at the time of writing this, is shortlisted for the Crime Writers Association Historical Dagger. How do I describe The Dying Day? One way would be to quote crime author M.W. Craven, winner of last year's CWA Gold Dagger. The Da Vinci Code meets post-independence India. I love this because it really does capture the essence of the book. The novel's plot revolves around the theft of the 600-year-old copy of Dante's The Divine Comedy, which has been stored at the Asiatic Society of Mumbai for almost 200 years. When the Society's curator, an Englishman named John Healy, disappears at the same time, with only coded riddles left in his wake, bodies soon begin to pile up. This book has been over 15 years in the making. Although I was born and grew up in the UK, I lived in Mumbai for a decade during my 20s and still remember my first visit to the Asiatic Society Library. I was astonished to discover the treasures housed there, not just Dante's masterpiece, but a Shakespeare first folio dated 1623, and a voyage towards the South Pole and round the world by explorer James Cook. The memory of that visit stayed with me, even when I moved back to the UK and eventually found its way into the plot of this book. Some of you may have read the first in the series, Midnight at Malabar House, where I introduce my protagonist, Inspector Persis Wadia, India's first female police detective. Persis, 27, single, living above her father's bookshop in South Bombay, is a driven woman. Operating in a paternalistic and sometimes misogynistic society, she refuses to pander to her male colleagues, chafing at the obstacles they throw her way. I created the character because I wanted to give voice to women of that era, who, frankly, were either voiceless or expected to conform to stereotypes, such as the demure housewife or doting mother. Persis does not know the meaning of the word demure. That era in India is particularly intriguing. We're just 3 years after the end of the Raj, the horrors of partition, when 1 million died murdered in colonial violence that racked the country, and the assassination of Gandhi. As with all my books, I want to immerse you, the reader, in the physical and cultural landscape of a country whose history stretches back 8,000 years. We are guilty in the West of sometimes mythologizing India or treating her as a nation of swamis, snake charmers and slumdogs. The truth is that India is a country of light and dark, of great inequalities, many of them established during those turbulent years just after independence, when the country was struggling to decide what kind of nation it would become. Some of those problems are still apparent today, and in my first series of 5 novels, called the Baby Ganesh Agency books, I explore modern India as she moves towards becoming a global superpower. My first book, The Unexpected Inheritance of Inspector Chopra, a Times bestseller, now translated around the world, introduces us to the eponymous Chopra, a rigid and honest policeman from the Mumbai, can't read today, failing terribly, from the Mumbai police, who is forced into retirement in his late 40s. But that sense of needing to see justice done in a country where the wealthy and powerful can get away with the worst of crimes leads him to set up his own detective agency and continue to pursue his calling. As he solves murders, he must also deal with another dilemma, the 1-year-old elephant that he has inherited. The elephant is a metaphor for India, a symbol, and allows me to add a touch of humour in between the darker aspects of the novels. Over the years, I have received an enormous amount of correspondence about that elephant. More importantly, I have been touched by how people have responded to the vividness with which I describe India, warts and all. I have a great affection for the country and for her relationship with Britain, good and bad, and I hope that comes through in my writing. If you'd like to know more about the country's history, I am currently publishing a series of 50 articles on my website. Together they explore the history and culture of India, from her most ancient civilizations to the nation's ambitious space program. All 50 articles will be collected into a digital book and published in due course. To receive a free copy of the book, simply register for my newsletter at www.vasinkan.com. Finally, it remains only to say thank you. As an author who spent 23 years trying to get published, I'm still thrilled each and every day with the idea that there are readers out there willing to give my work a chance. May you live for 100 years, as they say in India. Vasin Khan. I literally cannot wait to get to this book, and I'm really excited to find the other series. What was it called? I've already forgotten. The Baby Ganesh Agency books. Those sound really incredible, and so up my street. But I'm really, really excited for this. Like I say, it's the second in a series, so I will need to find the first book, because I am a completist and I don't like joining a series like halfway through. So yeah, but that is my Chronicle book box for July, and I'm so excited. Thank you so much for watching. Whatever you're doing, I hope you have so much fun doing it. Whatever you're reading, I hope you love it. Stay fabulous, be amazing, be yourself, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon for another video. Bye bye. Oh. Oh. In the words of Nan from Catherine Tate, oh, in it up. Oh, my goodness me. Right, okay, let's go. Oh, sticky and ugh. And I can't have the windows open because some selfish person has decided that today is the day they're going to cut their lawn. How dare you? How dare you? Right. Hi everyone, it's Graham again and welcome back to my channel.